Welcome. This is the AM News on the AM Show. Let's get right into the details. Quote, we have fulfilled these promises. That's President John Dramani Mahama's own verdict as he accounts for his 120-day social contract with Ghanaians. In a televised address Wednesday evening yesterday, the president outlined progress on the 25 major reforms he pledged to execute within his first 4 some taxes, education reforms, a raft of bills, and investigating corruption. He declared significant success, particularly in the area of tax reforms, noting that his administration had, quote, far exceeded expectations, unquote, though he acknowledged that the COVID-19 levy, the repeal of that levy is still pending. You want to stay with us because we'll get incisive with that when we get to our big stories. But moving on, the Dean of the Faculty of Accounting and Finance at the University of Professional Studies here in Accra, Professor Isaac Boidi, is raising concerns about persistent tax revenue leakages in Ghana's public finance system. According to him, these leakages are significantly undermining the government's ability to fund essential development programs and maintain fiscal stability. Speaking on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of UPSA during a courtesy call on the Gamanche, King Takite Kuchuru II, to formally invite him to a dialogue on tax revenue leakages, Professor Boidi noted that while the Ghana Revenue Authority has made strides in improving tax collection through digitization and policy reforms, major gaps still exist in enforcement and compliance. These gaps, he said, allow billions of cedis in potential tax revenue to go uncollected or diverted through fraudulent means.
We have had a lot of issues in terms of our revenue. In Ghana, predominantly an informal sector. And therefore, some of these issues, we encounter them. How do we avert some of these challenges that we have? And what we do at the faculty level and the university, we are concerned about what is happening to our country, especially when it comes to leakage revenue. If you don't have revenue, you can't have expenditure. And we want to do this program on the 19th of May. In view of this, we decided as overlord of this, of the land, it is important that once we are going to have a national conversation, we can't do this without coming to see you, ask for your blessings, and officially invite you to chair the program for us. On the basis of this, we decided delegation from the university to come, first of all, to greet you, and also to extend our invitation for you to attend our program. That's the reason why we are here this afternoon. Thank you very much.
The Ghana Tourism Authority is ramping up partnerships to revamp and keep beaches clean to draw tourists. As part of its efforts to make Ghana an attractive tourism destination, the authority has been courting the support of the Gamanche to realize this vision. We'll tell you more in this report by Yasmin Seidu. Read to you.
Homowo is one of the most popular ethnic festivals in Ghana. As part of efforts to make Ghana's beaches more appealing to foreign visitors during the Homowo Festival, the Ghana Tourism Authority is calling for active collaboration with the Gamanche, King Takite Kuchuru II. During the meeting, newly appointed CEO Marilyn Huajeto emphasized the need to maintain clean tourist sites to offer tourists a memorable and welcoming Black Star experience.
As far as the Homowo and related festivals are concerned, when it comes to the beaches, it's our passion. We believe that we need to collaborate with you to, first of all, keep the beaches clean. So we are also, putting some strategies together to make sure that we keep our beaches clean so that when our tourists come in, they will be very excited and have a very good Black Star experience with us.
In response, King Takite Kuchuru II called for the refurbishment of a broader range of tourist sites beyond the beaches He also revealed plans to align this year's Homowa Festival with Sustainable Development Goal 2, which focuses on ending hunger and ensuring food security.
We also believe that there are parts of Accra that has a very high tourism appeal. Our beaches, that's number one. Two, the monkey sanctuary at Osudoku. There is also this sculpture village in Adan, and the forts, Osha Fort, James Fort, Christian Bock Castle. And we believe that these are highlights that if we are able to refurbish and put them in proper stead, we could draw a certain appeal and also raise revenue. And this year we want to tie the Homowa and align it with the SDG Goal 2, eradication of hunger.
With the festival a few weeks away, these partnerships are expected to lead to mobilization of resources to keep several tourist attractions in Accra clean to give tourists a welcoming environment. For Joy News, Yasmin Saidu's report, read to you.
In Ghana's evolving healthcare landscape, the psychosocial needs of patients are often underaddressed due to limited integration of social work in hospital settings. Recognizing this gap, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology has organized a short course on hospital social work aimed at addressing the growing complexities of hospital-based social work practice in Ghana. There's more in this report.
The program brought together practicing and aspiring social workers from across the country for sessions designed to bridge knowledge gaps and equip participants with practical skills suited for modern hospital environments. Project lead Dr. John Bullard Fuku observes lack of role description among social workers in Ghana, which requires urgent attention.
Is that indeed there are so many people working as social workers in hospitals without a defined role or role description. And so we decided that this is the need we've identified. It's a big problem. So they asked us, we are academic department, we are supposed to train people. So why don't we design a short course so that we'll use the knowledge from the people we spoke to at Konfanoche, at Kolebu, what they are doing, and what our colleagues in the UK, we shared some of their videos with you, what they are doing to design a training and give people certificates so that they can go out there and say that, okay, we have some special skill sets. We are not simply social welfare officers, but we are also qualified to work in the hospital setting.
According to Professor Kojo Oforidua, project co-lead, the initiative aims to demonstrate the critical role of social work within the hospital setting.
As a result of some social issues or psychological issues, or the disease might also create some social issues. And so while the medical team, the doctors and nurses are focusing on the physical needs of the victim by diagnosing and trying to prescribe something, the social workers also take care of the social needs, emotions, and all those things that are part of the healthcare or health delivery services.
Deputy Medical Director of the University Health Services, Dr. Joseph Ebusechi, described the course as timely and important in enhancing the quality of hospital social work. The course covered a broad range of topics, including the roles and responsibilities of hospital social workers, ethical standards, professional codes of conduct, and after-discharge support services to help patients reintegrate into their communities.
How can you be responsive when you don't have good human resource? So if you look at it carefully, it is the human resource who can, when you train them well, will be very, very what? Responsible, so that they will be able to do what? To deliver. Now, when they were doing their pilot, I saw KNUST took part, right? And there were people who were brought there, how they received the patients, how they send them to where they are supposed to go, especially those with some challenges. That is, people with special needs. And I think it made a huge impact. And I think it will be in your report. And the people, the patients who came and saw that people were helping them from their cars to where they are supposed to go and other things, it really helped. And I think we are late, but better late than what? Never.
The project is funded by the K University Research Fund. Mrs. Linda Nana Isi Doku, Assistant Grants and Research Manager, represented the Director of the Office of Grants and Research, Professor Philip Ntrieje. She reaffirmed the office's support for such initiatives and proposed the integration of e-learning components to expand access and participation.
In other stories, Deputy CEO of the Ghana Enterprise Agency, lawyer Samira Abdulaziz, says the Mahama-led NDC is committed to empowering small and micro enterprises to boost local economies and improve livelihoods. During her 5-day tour of the Upper West region, she emphasized plans to create a thriving ecosystem for SMEs. Joy News' Rafiq Salam reports from WA.
As part of a 5-day working monitoring tour of the Upper West region, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Enterprises Agency, lawyer Samira Abdulaziz, visited regional and some district offices that are under the agency. The visit is to see the progress of work on some projects undertaken by the agency and to interact with the beneficiaries, listen to their successes and challenges with a view to improving and finding solutions to them. Lawyer Samira Abdulaziz first made a whistle-stop visit to the Upper West Regional Office of the Ghana Enterprises Agency to interact with the workers before having a meeting with the Upper West Regional Director of the agency, Abdulmumin Mohammed. Abdulmumin Mohammed laid bare to the Deputy CEO the various projects undertaken by the agency, lumping it with the challenges faced in the implementation.
With the Get P, I think we have about 4 categories of them. We have the high growth, we have women enterprise grant. Those are people living with disability and the youth. I think currently we are rolling out the BizBox, another project training. And we send our schedule. I think we are going to kick off this week. And with the Get P and also have MSC Go, where we have some couple of beneficiaries who receive the fund in the region. Then in all that's what, and you can see people also coming, when you enter the reception, they also come for business advisory and counseling services. We also promote business trade associations and the like. All these are geared towards improving the local economy, which will also contribute to the national economy.
Lawyer Samira Abdulaziz, on her part, spoke of the commitment of the John Dramani Mahama administration to ensuring that small and micro enterprises thrive, having realized the private sector is the backbone of the country's economy.
The president in his research agenda made mention of the fact that in his administration, he's going to ensure he provides a viable environment and create a viable ecosystem for micro, small, and medium enterprises to thrive, especially because the private sector is the backbone of every economy, not just the Ghanaian economy. So we are here to ensure that the vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the new administration is brought to fruition. So I've also taken note of your concerns regarding logistics and others, which you mentioned. We will do our best. We'll forward it to our CEO, Madam Margaret Anseh, and then ensure that the challenges being faced are, in one way or the other, substantially reduced, if not drastically, curtailed.
The Deputy CEO of the Ghana Enterprises Agency later visited some project sites at Buha and other communities where she interacted with some of the beneficiaries. Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
We're all happy we heard Rafiq Salam say, "Wah," aren't we? But in other stories, 4 men accused of attempting to traffic cocaine through the Swissport cargo terminal at Kotoka International Airport have been granted bail totaling 13 million Ghana cedis by an Accra Circuit Court. Each accused must provide 4 sureties, one backed by property worth at least 1 million cedis. The suspects face charges of conspiracy and unlawful possession of narcotics. Our legal affairs correspondent, Latif Idris, has the rest of the details from the court.
Over 900,000 United States dollars. That is how much the substance is worth, according to the lead prosecutor. So the trial judge, after hearing the arguments of the prosecutor and lawyers for accused person, came to the conclusion that the prosecution failed to make convincing arguments why the suspects should not be granted bail, and so ruled that she was going to grant these 4 suspects bail. And here are the bail conditions. 1, they've been granted 13 million Ghana cedis bail per head. Each person here is on a 13 million Ghana cedis bail. The 4 accused persons are expected to meet these conditions before they will be granted any bail whatsoever. So 4 sureties, all must be civil servants, and they must be earning not less than 5,000 as net salary every month. One of the sureties must be justified with a landed property not less than 1 million Ghana cedis, and it is a 13 million Ghana cedis bail on each person. Each person has to produce 4 sureties, and then out of the 4 sureties, one of them must justify with 1 million Ghana cedis worth of property, and they are to report to NACOC twice every week. They are to submit their passports to the court registrar. And additionally, the accused persons have been placed on a stop list across all the exit points of this country: land, sea, and air. So notices have been issued to the immigration officers across the country. And so these individuals or these accused persons cannot travel out of the jurisdiction because they've been placed on a stop list. From the court complex, Latif Idris reporting for Joy News.
In other news, the Minerals Commission has begun tracking the importation and use of excavators in the country as part of intensified efforts to curb illegal mining, widely known as galamsey. Another program, specially trained enforcement officers have been deployed to key entry points to tag and register all excavators entering Ghana. The following report has more details.
According to project's lead for the Ghana Mining Repository and Tracking System, Sylvester Akpa, the machines will not only be tagged at the port, but also fitted with GPS trackers. These devices will enable authorities to monitor the movement and usage of the excavators. The goal, Dr. Akpa emphasized, is to prevent the misuse of heavy machinery in unauthorized or illegal mining activities which have caused significant environmental degradation and water pollution.
The excavators are good. Yeah, we can use them to do whatever we have to do for construction and other things. But most of them, even though it is declared at the ports that is going to be used for construction, find their ways into the forest reserves to aid illegal mining. And this has become a huge distraction to our localities. If you go to Takwa, Pristiabo, Goso, and the like, it's something else. So in this control room, we are going to have eyes on the movement of each excavator. We are going to track them. We are going to know who owns them. And at any point in time, we are going to pair each excavator to a concession at a time. that is what we are going to do. Because if we don't do that, it means that once it's finished working here, it can quickly move to another concession.
Convener of the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, Ken Ashigbe, has commended the initiative. He stressed the importance of collaboration between the Minerals Commission, security agencies, and other relevant authorities. Dr. Ashigbe urged that the data collected through the tracking system be actively used to identify offenders and that those caught engaging in illegal mining should face swift prosecution.
With this tracking and all of that, the police would then be able to, with the integration, if your excavator is not meant for a particular region, when you get to the border, the barrier, the police should be able to tell, based on the QR code that you have on your vehicle, to say that this one can't come into my region. So that everything that we need to be able to deal with this terrorism that is going on is currently in existence. And I think the major call to the minister and then the CEO is to be able to scale this up. And Doc, so it means that we don't have a capacity issue. The system would be able to do the 7,000, easily. Yes. So we don't have a capacity issue in terms of what has been done. It is good that the Minerals Commission says they are going to decentralize and then bring, for me, it will be bringing the call centers close to the regions and getting a lot more people.
The tracking program is part of a broader national strategy to sanitize the small-scale mining sector, protect natural resources, and ensure that mining activities benefits the populace.
Business Updates comes up next with Benjamin Akakpo.
Let's settle for our business update up next. And the Ghana Union of Traders Association has expressed worry that government's flagship initiative, the 24-hour economy, will hit a snag if the cost of utility tariffs continues to rise. According to the association, investors will always look out for the cost of power before investing in the country, hence the urgent need to review utility tariffs. Now, speaking to Joy Business, President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, said the impressive run of the cedi against the dollar was enough ground to lower tariffs.
I'm worried. The government policy of 24-hour economy and all that is being shot in the foot. If care is not taken, this thing is not going to make it work. Because any investor that you talk to, the first thing the investor will ask you, what is the unit cost of electricity in your country? If you mention it, they will always backtrack. And then the reasons that are assigned, one of it was the exchange rate, that the exchange rate was high. And now, by prudent management of the managers, Bank of Ghana, government itself, fiscal discipline, and all that have been put to bear, fortunately, the rates have come down. So what are they holding on again? Then we have a significant reduction of the forest. Significant. The city have gained in strength. So what are they holding on to? If care is not taken, whatever gains that we are getting from the appreciation of the cedi is going to be negated by the increase of tariffs and all that, especially in regard for manufacturing entities. So government, I appeal to government to, as a matter of urgency, call on the PURC to revisit
Now, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has maintained that the prices of some goods and services could be reduced in the coming months if the cedi's recent performance is sustained. Let's hear from the Chief Executive of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mark Bedu Abwaje.
Well, it may not be as immediate. I mean, if you observe what is happening with the interbank and also the forex, you realize that there is a significant difference in prices, which means that the business community are also observing what is going on. So now people are a bit cautious to react to this improvement. I mean, if it's sustainable, then other people obviously will have no option than to transfer this or this improvement being reflected in prices. But I don't expect that immediately tomorrow you go to the market and you see prices dropping. I think that it may take some time for us to enjoy that benefit.
Let's head straight to our commodities market now. Thank you for staying with me for our business updates. Handing over back to Sweetie Abochi.
Yes, and it's a wrap for the AM News Bulletin on the AM Show. Coming up next, the news review. And our guest you haven't particularly seen on the news review segment before. Stay with us. We'll be back in a bit.